call me crazy, but I think American elections should be decided by American citizens, and Virginia elections should be decided by Virginians. And that's why this executive order is so important, because it does make sure that we have clean voter rolls.
One of the notable requirements is the exclusive use of paper ballots with the traceable chain of custody. Wouldn't that be nice? What's so complicated about that? Arizona was dropping ballot results like a week, 10 days after our last primary. We need volunteers to watch the polls. They don't want you to have ID to actually be someone who should be voting. That's terrible for them. Why do you think they let in 30 million illegals? The Nevada GOP, there are a bunch of people on the ground who are working their little booties off trying to make sure that we have a free and fair election. And says here is a statement on some good news there, some updates out of Nevada. I think, this is going to be like down and dirty on the ground, like in the local offices, just grinding it out like this. Nevada Republican Party released the following statement. They say, the Republican Party there is proud to announce the successful cleanup of voter rolls in Clark County. Dedicated efforts by a bunch of people, Nevada Secretary of State, Clark Register of Voters. They've been able to remove 90,000 voters who should no longer be considered active, significantly enhancing the accuracy and the integrity of the voter rolls. That'd be nice. Executive board expressed their satisfaction with the outcome, stating, we are incredibly pleased with the recent voter roll cleanup. Our team has worked tirelessly to ensure a free and fair election. We look forward to seeing the results of other counties also being cleaned up. And so good news, good updates from Nevada. I also saw this from Governor Youngkin, and they're making some changes. There's some interesting stuff. We might get into it on the show today from Fulton County. The Fulton County, there are some people there really digging into what happened in Georgia in 2000, and it was bad there, man. It's really bad. So we might talk about that on the show, but there are states that are looking into it. Whether it's going to be enough to combat and push back, the Griswolds, the Bellows, and the Bensons is yet to be seen, but here is Governor Youngkin.
Well, Sean, call me crazy, but I think American elections should be decided by American citizens, and Virginia elections should be decided by Virginians. And that's why this executive order is so important, because it does make sure that we have clean voter rolls. It makes sure that votes are counted accurately, and it recognizes the fact that elections need to be trusted by voters. And that's exactly what we're doing in Virginia. I mean, this is going to be the most important election of our lifetime. We're going to see the future of America determined, and I want to make sure that Virginians know they can trust this election process.
All right, so what he's talking about is this. They just came out with a new executive order. Youngkin mandates all paper ballots for the presidential election in Virginia. That was just published today, this morning, saying he's ordering all votes for the election to be cast by paper ballot. Executive Order 35 dropped yesterday, codifies election security protocols, which is established under his governance, is now in place. The Virginia model for election security works. This isn't a Democrat or Republican thing, he said. Every legal vote deserves to be counted, not being watered down by illegal votes or inaccurate machines. In Virginia, we don't play games, and our model for election security is working. One of the notable requirements is the exclusive use of paper ballots with the traceable chain of custody. Wouldn't that be nice? What's so complicated about that? Arizona was dropping ballot results like a week, 10 days after our last primary, offering a more concrete record of votes than the electronic voting machines with nobody knows what the hell happens inside. Other aspects of the Virginia voting security protocol include the use of DMV data to verify voter identity. Shocking, weird, offline counting machines, and more. Amazing. We use 100% paper ballots with a strict chain of custody. Sounds great. We use counting machines, not voting machines, that are tested prior to every election, never connected to the internet. We do not mass mail ballots. We monitor our drop boxes 24/7. We verify the legal presence and identity of voters using DMV data and other trusted data sources to update our voter rolls daily. Not only adding new voters, but scrubbing the list to remove those who should not be on it, like the deceased, individuals that have moved, and non-citizens that have accidentally or maliciously attempted to register. Former President Trump celebrated this, said the beautiful Commonwealth of Virginia, superbly led by Governor Youngkin, is taking a strong lead in securing the election in November, protecting every legal vote and keeping illegal aliens that have been let into our country from voting. All votes will be on paper ballots and counted safely and fairly, not by machines connected to the internet. A big security risk there. We must work hard to make sure the election is fair and secure, says Trump. Every state should follow Virginia's lead, 100%. But it's not going to happen like in Arizona, where we've got liberals in governing positions. We need volunteers to watch the polls. They don't want you to have ID to actually be someone who should be voting. That's terrible for them. Why do you think they let in 30 million illegals? The election on November 5th will be the most important election in our country's history. Thank you, Glenn. Great job. So, will there be a debate between Trump and Kamala? 50% chance. Man, there better be. I sure hope so, because she's pretty terrible.